Okay, so I'm filming this on my MacBook, so the quality is different. That's why my camera's completely dead and the memory is completely full. So I decided I would just do this video on here because I was really in the mood for filming and I just wanted to kind of do it for you guys because I know some of you guys are already leaving to college and I don't want this video to get delayed anymore. This is a College Essentials 101. Thank you so much guys for requesting, and if you keep like seeing a sneak peek of my bra, I'm sorry, and ignore my bedding. I know, kind of crazy video today. I'm sorry, but I just really wanted to get this out because I think it's important information. I'm gonna jump right to it. Okay, a lot of you have been asking if you should use a backpack or a purse, and I know in one of my videos I said, oh, I hate backpacks, I can't deal with backpacks, but I think you should go for a backpack. Find a cute one. There's some like leather ones that are really popular. They're by John Hart. I'm not sponsored by anything. I don't even have a backpack by them. But I really like how they look. I might end up ordering one. I don't know. They're kind of on the pricey side, but they're just really cute. Last semester I just used a regular JanSport like blue backpack. That's all I used. I mean, you don't need anything fancy. It's just school. You just go for a backpack. That's a safe bet. And nobody wears purses really, so you don't want to stick out like a sore thumb. If you have a huge backpack, you're also going to stick out like a freshman. Who did that? This girl right here. One of the biggest questions I got was actually for school supplies. Some classes might specifically ask for something, but if they don't, this is what I do. First semester, I use this. I use the big notebook for all four classes, and it's separated by dividers. Now, I learned that I'm a bad note taker and I write too much, and this is not enough for each class. This past semester, spring semester, I ended up using this, and I don't know how to explain it. It's a binder because it has like, you know, it opens up like this, but it's like flexible. It's like plasticky and like it opens up. I put on it, if lost, like my first name, my last name, my phone number, and if found, please return, because I'm a loser like that. I lose everything. The thing I like about this, you can add as many papers as you want and just, you know, take them out without like having to rip it out, and it leaves you less sheets, which is a problem with the notebook. It comes with these dividers, and like 5 of them, and they're really nice, you know, for index cards and stuff like that. So I really recommend this. You just really need to check. I know like a lot of math classes and science classes, you need like a specific calculator or you need graphing paper. Some people just take their laptops and take notes on their laptops. Actually, no, everyone takes their laptop and that's how they take notes. Everyone. I'm the only one who still does it by hand. I do it by hand because it's a lot more interactive for me. It forces me to kind of pay attention. Anything other than like a notebook and paper or your laptop to take notes, you won't need much else unless they specifically ask for it. So I wouldn't worry too much. Things you always need to carry with you. I would always just carry with you your notebook and pencils or a pen, whatever you choose to write with. Always carry a pencil though, because you might have a pop quiz and you need a Scantron, you know what I mean? I actually always carry this little purse. This one's by Juicy. It's kind of really old, but it literally has enough space for your student ID, you need, credit card, you might need, your state government issued ID or whatever, some cash, and your key, like your room key or your dorm key, whatever. So I just keep this in my, for sure, in my backpack because I use my backpack every day. Or type of makeup you should be wearing for college. Class is very laid back, or I feel like in the States at least, it's very laid back. But just to impress, I would just do very dewy foundation, you know, some light blush to just flush your cheeks a little, mascara, and like a pretty pink gloss. I wouldn't do much, and I would even do that for every day. That way you don't have to fuss with it throughout the day. Also, you don't want to have to hustle with makeup and like looking cakey and have to worry about touch-up. There's like programs for your computer. The only program was Microsoft Word for taking notes. Now, I haven't had a class where I needed Microsoft Excel or PowerPoint. No, actually I have used PowerPoint, but I haven't used any of the other ones. If I were you, I would just go and get all the Microsoft, you know, stuff like the package, because it could come in useful. One word of advice though for that is go to your college computer store or university's computer store, because at Best Buy, Microsoft Word was over $100, which I bought. And then I went into university and I found out at the computer store it was $30 for students. So the university does offer some deals for you just because you are a student, you are on a budget. And a lot of places do like student discounts, especially right before school. Like if you're buying an Apple computer, you get a student discount. Show your student ID. As far as apps, if you're not using a laptop to take notes, using like an iPad, I've seen people do that too. I guess like the writing app. I don't know much about the apps, I'm sorry. But I don't think you need anything much. I wouldn't worry too much about technology. You don't need that much. And if you do, you can always buy it once you get there for a discounted price. You could use the programs on the computers that are already available to you, like at a library or like at a computer station at your university. As far as antivirus for your Mac, a friend told me that they told her that Apples don't get viruses, but I think they do. They can definitely get slow. They can, build up. So I would just buy an antivirus protection for it. I always do. My dad always buys them because we've had trouble in the past with viruses actually getting on there, especially if you like download a lot of stuff. But it definitely like keeps your computer running a little bit faster. I would do it. I don't think you have to. I don't think it's necessary, but it does save you trouble. It's always those kind of things where you're kind of like, do I want to spend now and may or may not benefit me? You know what I mean? Or like, do I want to spend now and I completely wasted money, or do I want to spend now and completely save me money in the future? It's kind of up to you and your parents and how much antivirus protection costs you. I do it all the time because I think it actually works, and the one I get is the Norton antivirus. So Rebecca asked me that she's going from a community college to a university, and is it as different as they say, and what should she expect from it? I went to a community college when I was back in high school just to get college credit, and then of course I went to this like big university when after I graduated from high school. I felt like community college was a lot smaller classes, it was a lot more interactive, and there was a lot more grades. What I mean by that is, like, the university I go to, there's like 300 people per class. There's no way I'll ever, get to know the professor. It's not very interactive. You don't really talk with your classmates unless there's like a lab or discussion. But other than that, you don't ever talk with your classmates. There's no time for it. There's a lot fewer grades. Like, I had one class that was literally 4 grades, which was 4 tests. That's it. Very like fast paced though. I remember in community college, like, we would walk in, we wait for a professor, and like we could sit and chat or whatever. The university that I go to though, it's so different. Because let's say I had a class that started at 12. The class before me gets out at 11:50. So I couldn't be there earlier than 10 minutes because there was a class in there. And then the kids rush out, right? I get in there, sit exactly at 12. Professor comes in, he starts talking. I didn't get a chance to meet anyone. I didn't get a chance to talk to anyone. All I got a chance to do was sit down and take out my notebook and pen. And he talks. We're done by 12:50. Done. Everybody out. Leave, scurries. People are packing out by exactly 11:49. People are leaving and out the door. When you go to university, the biggest tip I have to give you is, well, number one, study. Second is get to know your professors. Really try to go to their office hours. They're super helpful. Most professors are super nice. There will be, that one or two that are kind of rude, but don't let those get in the way of actually meeting people that could actually really help you out in the future. It could be write you a letter of recommendation or point you kind of in the right direction and be your mentor. 3 is definitely get involved. Please join something. It will change your life. You do something you like to do. That's when you'll meet people. That's when it'll start to feel like home. That's when you'll be like, oh, okay, I get the college life. Like, this is what it's about. Like, you meet people that are interested in the same things you are. You meet people that are just passionate about the same things you are, and like you click and you find something in common, and that's kind of how like your relationship starts building, and like that's what kind of gets you excited at being at the university, because being at a university alone is not fun. It's sad, it's lonely. So like when you start making friends, it's when you're like, I love being here, I can't wait to go to class because after class I get to meet my friends. I can't wait to get done studying because like if I study and learn this right now, I have more time to hang out with my friends. There's a little bit of motivation there. It is really, really different. It completely changes your experience, especially if you're living at the university. It forces you to change and be independent and have to figure your way out. So it helps you grow as a person. You really have to be, smart about the decisions you make, about the things you do, about the people you hang out with, and things like that. So it really pushes you to grow. Academic-wise, it's a lot harder because it is, a university system, but You still have to study, you still have to work hard. My community college, they took roll. So when I went to university, you know, I was expecting them to take roll. No, there's no roll taken. If you're not there, who cares? You, whatever, nobody even knows you're missing. But honestly, like, you being in class really makes the difference between you getting an A or a C. So go to class. I think you just learn so much about yourself, you know, about others, about life, about growing up. I wish you tons of luck. I hope you love it. I hope everyone out there as well who's, you know, changing from community to university, I wish you so much luck. You're going to love it. Lisette, she asked me if she should buy a Keurig. I'm guessing that's for coffee. I don't really know what that is. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find anything. But yes, if you like coffee, coffee is going to get you through those hard times, trust me. Definitely buy a coffee maker, please. It will save you so much money, which you could use for something else. Buy a coffee maker. Just check with your dorm that they allow it first, or wherever you're staying at. For a printer, yes, buy a printer for college. You don't want to waste money on paying for each print you make. HP printer. I know nothing about HP printer. I have a cheap Pixia printer. I do know that HP printers are really good for like photos or for like color images. But if you do need it for such projects, you know, you're going to be taking classes, so you need to be able to print, like, you know, photography pictures. I've heard HP printers are pretty good for stuff like that. Make sure when you buy a printer that has a scanner and a printer, because you always end up needing a scanner for one thing or the other. The most important thing about the printer is the ink. You have to replace the ink cartridges. Try to figure out how much the ink cartridges cost for that particular printer before you buy it, because you will have to replace those ink cartridges. If you're just doing basic, I would get a cheap printer that has cheap like refills for ink, and something that has a scanner as well. If you guys ask for like styling tips, if I don't do a video on it, I'll respond to you on my blog and I'll give you, some tips. I'll try to make videos on them because that's kind of exciting. I like, I like style a lot and I like styling them. I'm really glad you guys asked for styling tips, or like, how to style things, because that's kind of my favorite thing to do. So that's coming up. Don't think that I completely forgot about them after this video. Me, all these amazing languages. I've always wanted to know Latin. Like, ever since I knew there were other languages than Spanish and English, I wanted to know Latin. How did you do that? How did you learn Latin? Did your like family members know it, or like did you learn it on your own? Like, I think that's amazing. Like, I'm just nosy and curious. I would love to learn Latin. I don't know who I would speak it with. Maybe you guys could speak it with me. Any, like 5 languages, that's amazing to me. I love languages. That's so cool. Does your family know all these? Like, did you grow up with all these? Please let me know. I think this is amazing. So jealous right now. Oh, and thank you for all the comments about Spain. Study abroad next year. So I'm trying to like save money for that. How do you guys, do you guys have any ideas for like fundraising or saving money? Those are some tips that I need, or my wallet kind of needs. And my last tip is don't be scared. For me, I hated high school. I had an awful experience. And I love college. I love my college. I couldn't picture myself anywhere else, for undergrad. I love it. I don't want you guys to be scared. Yeah, it's a big change. I know it's like a enormous change. It's so different, from what you're used to. Take the plunge. Just embrace it, and embrace being scared, embrace being awkward, embrace, being nervous. Just embrace being lost. Explore when you get there. Enjoy it, like live there, really give it a chance. It's going to be hard your first semester. It was really hard for me, but it's so worth it. I've grown so much. I saw a different side of life. I've gotten so many opportunities that I would never ever thought were possible for me, but university made that possible. The people I met at the university were possible. It made it possible. Yes, I hope this was, helpful at least in any sort of way. I hope I got through everyone's questions. If I didn't, shoot me down a comment down below and I'll answer you right away. I promise. Thank you so much, you guys, for taking time out of your day to watch this. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to look at my blog and comment. You don't know how excited I get when I get a comment. It makes my day. I just repeatedly like refresh it and I'm like, oh my god, that's actually there. That like a real person typed that. Like, This is so exciting to me. I love it. I love that you guys are talking to me. I want to be your friend. Talk to me. But see you in my next video or blog post, whatever. Bye guys.